Hi Sagittarius. Welcome to your mid-April 2020 reading. The reason why it's so late is because I had to have surgery on my mouth a couple of weeks ago, like a few weeks ago, and it took me a while. It took me like 2 weeks to recover from it. So here we are, mid-April. Most of us are still in quarantine. And I'm curious for you guys if you are going stir crazy yet. I'm a Sagittarius moon, and I've actually even recognized myself going a little bit stir crazy, even though I have so much, like I'm mostly earth and fire. So like we're gonna burn this shit down, right? But there are big changes that are happening with Sagittarius, and I think a lot of this is, Saturn moving into your third house of communication and you sort of recognizing not just, not necessarily where you had held yourself back in the past, but how you didn't voice to others what you needed, right? Like it feels like there's sort of this ending to a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth that you've been doing for quite some time with yourself and with other people, to be quite honest. So the first card that came out is the World. So definitely endings of a cycle. And this ending of a cycle is going to bring a really big shift to you. And now you have decisions to make, right? With the Wheel of Fortune and the World coming out as the first two cards, that's going to put a Sagittarius into a tailspin, which is why the Knight of Wands, which is the Sagittarius energy, came out. And it's not about you being wishy-washy. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is evolving during a time of great change. And what it looks like to other people as being wishy-washy, to you, it just makes a whole bunch of sense for you to shift like this. Not everybody's going to understand it, Sag. Not everybody's going to understand the fact that you have to end certain things in your life. Not everybody's going to understand that there are certain connections and relationships that you can no longer have. Not everybody's going to understand that. And not everybody's going to get why it is that you have to do what you have to do in order to keep moving forward. You're doing it for yourself, and people aren't used to Sagittarius not showing up for them. You know what I mean when I say that? So, and you could be dealing with a water sign or somebody who is who has a lot of emotions but doesn't necessarily show all of them. I love where you're headed. I feel like what you're trying to do is establish your long-term stability. And it may be that you're trying to establish your long-term stability with somebody who has heavy water in their chart. So I have the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Cups. That King of Cups could also be you. You could be very emotionally charged right now. Man, this Aries moon business that's going on today, like we go into the new moon in Taurus tomorrow, but this Aries moon business, so irritating. Like, I keep telling all the fire moon signs, I'm like, listen, you're going to be irritated. You have to allow yourself to take a step back and not argue and not fight, because nobody's going to understand where you're coming from. Nobody, and that I feel like that's what feels wishy-washy with Sagittarius right now, is you know that there's only so much that you're going to deal with anymore. And everything else just is sort of falling away because your goal is the 10 of Pentacles. Your goal is not to give somebody else the 10 of Pentacles anymore. Your goal is to find it for yourself. You see? So let's look at the World. Ooh. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So, and here's the beautiful part of all of this, Sagittarius, is some of you might be ending something with an earth sign, and some of you might be like starting a new cycle with an earth sign. This doesn't necessarily mean that relationships are going to end. And the earth sign doesn't have to be romantic. I sort of feel like it's romantic in a way. So for some of you, you're ending something, like you're totally cutting off an earth sign. For some of you, you're just shifting your perspective with this earth sign. Could also be that you're ending something with a water sign and starting up with an earth sign. The 10 of Cups, and I feel like this water sign is, I feel like the King of Cups is you guys. I'm sorry. I feel like some of you have a lot of water in your chart and you're bringing the emotions, like you're bringing the emotions to the surface. The 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, here's the thing is if you're wondering, like, we want to get to the 10 of Pentacles where we know for sure what that long-term stability and happiness is going to look like. We don't want to be an illusion, right? If there are mixed signals that are going on with you, I feel like that is shifting from, like for some of you, you're shifting from the mixed signal area of life into, oh, okay, that is my 10 of Cups. Because that 10 of Cups, a lot of times we can initially see the 10 of Cups and then we realize that it's an illusion. It was something that we wanted the whole time, but we thought that it had to look a particular way. And then when it doesn't look a particular way, it looks another way, or it's with another person or something like that. We recognize that the whole time that it was probably an illusion anyways. And what we want is the real thing. So let's see what the Knight of Wands. I'm curious about the decision that you have to make, because I don't think that I think you know the decision you have to make, and I think you ooh, I said that, and damn did the cards fly. I think you know the decision you have to make, and it's the reason why you're having a hard time is because you know the decision that you're going to make is going to bring stability into your life, and that's all you want. Maybe it's a Libra. Maybe you want to be with a Libra or somebody with heavy Libra in their chart. The Page of Cups on Justice. You just want some balance. You want a little bit of karmic retribution. You want to start seeing the blessings after all of that. You know, it's like, you know, we've talked about how Saturn did a number. Saturn did a number on a lot of people during Sagittarius. I mean, let's just wait until we start talking about what Saturn in Aquarius is going to do to everybody. Because Aquarius and Sagittarius are really about the people. It's about the community and about the people and about the expansion of all of it. And when Saturn shows up, it's going to be a very similar energy, except for in Aquarius, it's going to be a lot more strict, just the similar energy. I hope that made sense. So we've been talking about the restrictions that you've been feeling for quite some time in relationships and money and the world and knowing what your purpose is. And it's sort of finally opening up to you. And now you get to be choosy. You get to choose who you're going to share your energy with. You get to choose who is going to be with you and who's going to be, who's going to be on the other side of this adventure, right? And allowing yourself to recognize that you can do that. And then it doesn't have to be an illusion. And you don't have to be with anybody that's going to give you mixed signals, that's going to give you mixed messages. You don't have to have anybody in your life. And that's not even just in a romantic way. If you are friends with people and they don't show up for you, that's a mixed signal. If they say one thing and they totally have a different action, that's a mixed signal. And I feel like you're not putting up with that anymore, because you want to have the stability and you want to have the long-term stability, not just, remember when I said, oh no, that was in the Scorpio reading. I thought the 5 of Cups came out in the Scorpio reading. Here it is. I think that the 5 of Cups coming out on the 10 of Pentacles. Now, are you reminiscing about the days where you felt like you were stable? Because that's changed. If you're reminiscing, if there's some nostalgia that's happening with the 5 of Cups on the 10 of Pentacles, if you've lost some things in your life recently and you are nostalgic about it, or maybe it's not that you lost those things in your life recently, maybe it was a long time ago that you lost the stuff, and you're like, I just want to go back to the days of not having to worry about this or not having to worry about that. And I want to be stable again. Now, here's the thing. You have to ask yourself, if that was really a stable part of your life and that was a really stable time, you would still be in it. If that's where you were supposed to be, you would still be in it. So if you want to grieve, grieve. But don't get nostalgic about a relationship or a time in your life or a decade in your life or a year in your life where you felt like everything was going well and everything was stable, because if everything were going well and everything was stable during that time, you would still be in that stable time. Now it's time to build something, and that's the illusion, right? You thinking that maybe, oh, well, if I just do the same things that I did back in the day, then maybe I can get back to where I was. We're not going backwards. We're not going back to when Saturn was in Scorpio before it hit. No, we're not doing that. What we're doing is moving. We're looking at the 2 cups that we're still holding on to, the ones that are still full, and recognizing how much you've grown, and the people that are around you, how much they have grown and how much you have grown because of them. That's fun. When you get emotional at the end of April, Sagittarius, please rest. Please take some time out for yourself. I know you're like, Betsy, we're in quarantine. Everything is time with myself. But is that true, or are you still, like, I mean, no distractions, turning your phone off, allowing yourself to just exist with no distractions. And if you're having a hard time turning your phone off with no distractions, build yourself up to it. Turn it off for an hour. Put it on silent for an hour. Move it away from you for an hour. Go for a walk without your phone. I know, that's crazy, right? All my music's on my phone. Then put it on Do Not Disturb, and don't look at your messages. Don't look at the social media. Don't look at all the things. Go into another room. Allow yourself to exist within yourself. When things get a little bit heavy and emotional in the last couple of weeks of April, allow yourself, because that's where you're going to find your truths, right? And you're going to see that even if you do have amazing earth signs that make you feel really stable in your life, right? The King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. This Page of Swords and 9 of Pentacles is telling you that you are strong and you're abundant all on your own. And you don't need anybody else to tell you that. Does that mean that it's not nice to have somebody there to kind of lift you up when you're feeling down? Sure it is. Sure, it's nice to have that. But you don't need it, because you can lift yourself up too. And I'll lift you up because I love you guys. I'm not doing personal readings right now, but if you want a little extra support, or you're feeling like you need a little extra support, and the closest thing to a personal reading right now is becoming a member of the channel. No pressure. You don't have to do it. But we have a Discord group where we're texting each other every day, and we're really looking out for each other. And I'm doing 1-question readings once a month for mid-tier and exclusive members. I do a daily energy update every day, also for all members, and all of the love readings are going on the membership. So the closest thing you can get to a personal reading right now is to be a member over there. Plus you get to do the meditations. We are doing the Taurus new moon ritual tonight. So yes, the Taurus new moon is tomorrow, but I have my son tomorrow, so I won't be able to do it. So tonight, we're doing it tonight. I love you guys. Allow yourselves to see how much you have grown and how much you have expanded in the last couple of years, because it's amazing. It's amazing. And giving yourself a little bit of time apart from the chaos and the negative energy of the world right now will do you worlds of good. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you for May readings. Bye.